If you've ever logged into a website or posted a post on social media, you've probably used HTML input tags. So let's take a look to see what types of input tags we have and exactly what their use cases are. How's it going, everyone? I'm Kylan, and here I like to make programming fun and easy to understand. So if that sounds enjoyable to you, make sure you slap the subscribe button and let's get right into it. So an input tag is generally used to collect some type of input from a user. Generally, this is something like a username or a password, name, birthday, telephone number, whatever it may be that you need to collect from the user. And there are different inputs for collecting different types of information. So let's take a look at the very basic input tag. So the way that we create an input tag is just with the input, just like that. And you can see that the input tag is actually a self-closing tag, so we don't have to worry about a closing tag for it. But whenever I put in the input, it automatically filled out this type equals text. What is that? Well, the type attribute is used to tell the browser what type of input we're going to be using. So type equals text is the default one, and if we go take a look at the input field, we can see whenever I type something, it just shows up as regular text. But if I change this to another type attribute, password, this is going to show up as a password field, so you can't actually see what it is that I'm typing in there. Now there's also many different types we can use, so I could use a number type, and if we go and look at the text box over here, you can see we got this increment and decrement buttons, and that's exclusive to the number text box because we can't type any text in here, but we can type numbers into here. So this will prevent you from typing text in, but it will not prevent you from typing numbers in. So let's take a look at another type of input that we can use. And this type of input is not going to be the one that we can type into. Rather, it's going to be one that we can click on. And this is going to be a checkbox. Now a checkbox input is just as it sounds, it's just a checkbox, and we can check it or uncheck it. And this is generally used for multi-selectable things. So if you have a multiple choice question or something like check all of the ones that apply to you, this is the type of input that you're going to be using. Now the counterpart to that is going to be another input type, and this input type is going to be radio. This is the type of input that only allows you to select it once, and you can only select one of them per section. It's a single select input. And this is generally used for something where you only should be providing one answer. A lot of times online tests will give you radio inputs for selecting a single answer. And let's take a look at one more input type. Now this input type is going to be a date selection, and this date selection allows you to select a date from a drop down just like this. So I can go in and I can change the year to 2019, and I can select August and August 13th 2019, and that will input in the date selection box. And that's going to be basic HTML input types. If you want a full list of all the different types that you can use, check the link down in the description. I'll link the MDN article. Otherwise, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you slap a like on it. Check out the full playlist, also down in the description below. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.